I can't believe I have to make this video. So, welcome back to Katarina's garage. I am happy to be home, but I am exhausted. You can tell I'm probably pretty dirty and stuff like that. AMA. I don't even know why I paid for it because of last night. That was the most ridiculous thing that ever has happened to me. So, how do I even start? So, the truck last night let me down. On the way home from Edmonton, on the 2A, she started to sputter a bit, and whatever else, and then I was losing more and more speed, having to drop gears, and then finally it just died and didn't want to restart. So I'm trying to figure it out and diagnose it, whatever else, and I have a diagnosis too. It's a fielding issue of some description. We'll dive into this later, to be honest, to fix this truck. But, so, with everything else in mind now, oh god. So, I got the call, I called AMA at 11:30 last night. It was like 11:27, right? PM, not AM, PM, okay? So, they say it can take to 5:27 a.m. for me to receive service, from a tow truck driver, because they called Torok, and they only had like one driver, I guess, and then they ran out of hours, and so they didn't end up calling anybody else, as we found out. Cool. So anyways, yes. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then, Kind Samaritan, actually, there's a couple people that stopped, so shout out to the first guy that stopped. I was there for maybe about an hour, and this one guy stopped. And I just said, I don't think there's much you can really do for me right now, because I was just waiting for a tow truck, to be honest, at that point. I just wasn't thinking. And they were like in some modern SUV. I didn't really think they would have had like a tow strap or anything like that to get me off the road, as an example. So, regardless, okay, fine. Then I actually managed to fall asleep in the truck. I don't even know how I did, but I did for about an hour. And then another guy stops. His name is Albert, and he was amazing, honestly. Albert stayed with me for a total of 5 hours. I like, just to help out, which is just insane, because I would have been really freaking freezing my ass off in the truck, because I was. It was really cold in the truck last night. Believe me, I know, I was there. But anyway, so getting back though to everything, so he stayed with me until, like I said, about that 5:30 mark, and then just like, you know what, let's call these guys and see what the hell's going on. And then they say, oh, we're, I called them like right after. They said, oh, okay, well, they should have a driver on for like 6 or 7. I'm like, okay, we're at this point now? Okay, fine. Then I called them back again afterwards, after it got to that point, and I got to a different operator, and I think the first operator just didn't give a shit, honestly. We were like, the first time we called, we were like having fun and talking about stories and whatever else. We only got a nice phone call, but in reality, she didn't do her damn job. So she only called Torok Towing, which didn't have anybody on duty. Like, she kept saying that, oh, there's like no drivers and whatever else. I'm like, yeah, because apparently you only called one goddamn company, as we found out. They were just relying on Torok. But then, so with Albert, he actually like stopped and he pulled me off to the side of the road, like onto this Range Road 334, I believe it was. I was only 2 clicks approximately from that road when he actually towed me off the 2A. Just so it's a little safer, right? There isn't near as much traffic and that sort of thing. So, okay. Just past the railroad tracks on the going westbound. Anyway, so we get there, and it's all good. We're waiting, and then, like I said, we do that phone call. Then I did another phone call at like around 7 o'clock, and I just like, okay, enough is enough. I've been out here for over 7 hours. Do something, please. And I was pleading and begging, and actually I started to yell, and I'm like, and I said, and I'm sorry, I'm not yelling at you, but I am pissed off. And this is ridiculous. Like, nobody should have to wait this long for a goddamn tow truck when there's no weather-related issues or big accidents anywhere around, right? Basically what I told her, but then I started to actually break down crying. So then Albert grabbed the phone and he started laying into them as well. And, and I was like apologizing to the woman that picked up, because she was different. Like, I spoke to that first woman twice and then this other woman once. And what ended up happening is, so when I was on the phone with AMA, Albert actually decides to call Torok, and then they say, oh yeah, one of our drivers didn't come in, and the only other driver that we're going to have wouldn't be there till noon. I'm like, sorry, what? No. So then they actually recommended this company called Rescue Towing out of Didsbury. And they were incredible, honestly. Lee was amazing. He got there within 30 fucking minutes. How hard is it to pick up a goddamn phone and figure out who is nearby that's not that big of a distance from where you were? And they didn't. So, AMA, I am so fucking disappointed in you. And I'm questioning my membership, to be honest, because of the service I got tonight was absolutely atrocious. I had to be, kind of nasty to a woman on the phone that had nothing to do with the situation, because of some woman that didn't do her fucking due diligence. And the fact that we had to do their goddamn job, because then Albert got on the phone and said, call Rescue Towing, RESQ Towing, out of Didsbury, right? And they did. Lo and behold, oh, look at that, I actually get the service thing to say that, yep, there is a driver dispatched. Perfect. Okay, thank you so much. And I was just like, thank you. And I was just stressed out of my mind. Well, and then Lee got there, like I said, he was great. He even bought me an iced tea. So very much appreciate him, because he understood I had a rough night. And he needed to get coffee because he hadn't gotten coffee that morning, which fair enough. And the stupid part? At 11:30, okay? Talking with Lee, and he said, yeah, to be honest, if they called us, I could have went and grabbed you then. I would have been there in like 30 minutes. What? So, yeah, that was like my reaction to that. I didn't say that in the moment, but my brain was doing that. And instead, I spent over 8 hours on the side of the fucking highway because of some negligence. I could have potentially, because it was really cold last night. I didn't have a lot of warmth in the cab of this truck. I was in shorts, for Christ's sake. This is what I was wearing. I have an extra hoodie in there that I was using it as like a blanket around my legs. But that was it. So I could have actually been, now, not likely to get like hypothermia or anything like that, but I'm shivering, I'm cold as hell, and like I said, so for most of that, and like I said, I somehow got an hour of sleep. I don't know how I did that, to be honest. But I tried to get back to sleep afterwards, and then I didn't, and yeah, anyways, it's besides the point. Oh. I just can't believe that, You know, like, AMA, genuinely, what the actual hell was that last night? Whoever that woman was, I don't recall her name, you'll have the records. My name is Katarina Marie Lloyd. I called at 11:27 p.m. broken down on the 2A in Alberta, just north of Olds by 8.7 kilometers. It was this 76 F250 that you guys were, that I was asking to get towed. They asked if I had a, load in the box, and I said yes, and then I told them that I had a motor and some other parts back there, totaling maybe 500-600 pounds total in the back of the truck right now, which is about reasonable. It's probably less than that, to be fair, but, that's reasonable. Okay, no, that'll work. And yeah, and apparently, when this new woman picked up, she was confused because there was a lot of like,
are you still open? Oh, this is the wrong one. It's up here, isn't it?
yeah.
The garage sale.
Oh yeah, that's down there.
Thank you.
No worries. Yeah, sorry about that. People are just asking about a garage sale. You probably heard that, so that's kind of funny. But yeah. So everything that happened shouldn't have happened. I could have been off the road within 30 minutes or so. And I am just done. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I am mentally and physically exhausted. And it's funny because Albert actually said, I said that, like, hey, imagine if we, like, see the sunrise. We fucking saw the sunrise. I was joking about that. And he was pissed. Absolutely. And because this is a good Samaritan, I was thinking, I might be on the side of the road for like an hour or two, trying to warm somebody up on the side of the road, right? Because, again, no heat running because the truck's not running. Right? It was really cold. So, and I appreciate him for everything he did. But yeah, so now I got this dead truck to deal with, and I'm gonna find a customer service line at some point for AMA, and I'm going to rip somebody's head off. Because, no, that's not okay. What I dealt with was not okay. At all. Nobody should have to do what I did last night. That was one of the most stressful situations I've ever had. Sitting at the side of the road and not knowing if anybody's even gonna come for me. Knowing that I am absolutely helpless in that situation. I just genuinely don't know. And shame on you, EMA, for allowing an employee like that to fuck with somebody's safety. So, before I cry, I'm going to end the video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more content, and I'll catch you again in the next video.